Think about the people that you admire, the people that you think are doing a good job. Be a relative, politician, a principal, an educator. Why do you admire them? What are the things that they do that lead you to think that they're doing a good job? Leadership is like a muscle. It's something that you can develop. A lot of people think that this is something that you're naturally born with and either you have it or you don't. And that's not the case. Actually, you can work on building and cultivating these traits. Oftentimes, people associate leaders and leadership with people doing great, grandiose things. A leader doesn't mean that you're going out and doing everything. A leader is someone who has the ability to harness the energy of others. If you think, oh, I haven't done much in my life, I haven't done these goals that I've set out to do, that doesn't mean that you're not a good leader or you don't have the ability to become a good leader. Sometimes the best leaders are not front and center, but they're actually working behind the scenes and encouraging and empowering others. Trait number one that you can develop as a leader to become a better leader is communication. The best leaders know how to set boundaries, how to motivate others, and how to set clear expectations. When you learn how to communicate, this will enhance your leadership ability. This is when you can get things done. If you don't ask for what you need, you're not going to get it. The next thing is confidence. Confidence doesn't mean boasting or loud. This is a realistic acknowledgement of who you are and what you're trying to do. It does not mean that you're better than somebody else or that you can't be bothered talking to some kinds of people. Leaders know that I'm really great in this area. Maybe it's organization or attention to detail, but I'm terrible at meeting deadlines. When you're more confident, you're able to communicate more clearly. When you communicate more clearly, you will also develop confidence. Put a lot of pressure on ourselves to do something great, and we think that is going to build confidence. But even a small task that you accomplish, this can help. The other key characteristic of leaders is empathy. Empathy is the ability to place yourself and consider what is affecting the people around me. You have to ask questions and listen. It is impossible to understand someone else's worldview, how they see the world, how they're dealing with problems without understanding what is contributing. The way that you grow up, the education that you've received, the community that you live in, the work experiences that you have, all of that influences the way that you interpret your immediate surroundings. The best leaders recognize this. They understand that the way that I'm interpreting this scenario could be different from the way that my teammate is. Having awareness of, okay, we're in the same situation together, but we might be seeing it different. That is how you can understand this person is not seeing this as a threat and I am, or this person is seeing this as a challenge and I'm not. What needs to happen so we're all on the same team? If someone on your team is having a tough time and you're just staying focused on what needs to be done without taking that moment just to check in and say, is everything all right? Like, are you struggling? Are you having a rough time today? A few years back, there was a photo of President Obama in the White House, and the photographer captured him giving a fist bump to a member of the janitorial staff. Taking time out of your schedule and out of your responsibilities to acknowledge somebody else can make a significant impact in someone's morale, in their own confidence and self-esteem, even if it's a small gesture. The best leaders are creative. They understand that there's more than one way of doing things, that there's different approaches. So how can you think outside of the box? What about if somebody on your team has a different idea than you, and you can use that to help turn the goal into reality? In order to have creative ideas, communication is necessary, and creating that platform where people feel respected and valued and that they're contributing so that these ideas can flow. Without open communication, someone might not feel willing to share their ideas. So creating an environment where we're all on the same page here, we're all working towards a common goal. How do we do that? Best leaders understand and know you cannot do everything. You have to know when and where can you empower others. Yes, you could do that thing yourself, but you could also use that option as a learning opportunity. Maybe it's not going to be done in the same way that you had thought, as good as if you did it yourself. Letting go of of that and using different tasks and responsibilities as teaching opportunities for others separates a leader. A good leader knows that when you pass off responsibility, this is showing trust. And what does trust do? It builds rapport. If someone asks you to do something and you think, oh, this is a big job and they trust me to do this, that's a good feeling. It is impossible for one leader to do everything. If one person is the nexus, there's going to be it's like a funnel. There's going to be a block. So work is not going to be as efficient as it could be. You're in the flow, you're taking care of business, you're doing your own stuff, and you think, oh, if I ask this person to take care of this, this, and this, that's just going to be more time. Rather just do it myself. A true leader will see that, okay, how can I use this as an opportunity? It's a little bit of a mind shift about not so focused on that end goal, but also thinking about how can we use this journey to build our team. Excitement is contagious. When you are a leader, when you're the leader of a project or a team and you're excited about the work, your teammates will see that and they'll feed off of that. So when you are involved in something fully, others will be inspired just because of that energy you're bringing. This requires a little bit of self-checking because obviously when you're working hard, when you have a lot on your plate and a lot of responsibilities, you get tired. And it's impossible to be excited all of the time. When do you need to take a day off? When do you need to delegate tasks? You want to make sure that this project that you're leading or spearheading, that you're still excited about it. Even though passion is a critical component of great leaders, good leaders also know how to keep that fire burning. And on those days when you're not feeling super thrilled, that's okay. Communication, being honest with your team, being accountable to yourself and to others is one of the best ways that you can demonstrate leadership. It's not only you, but it's also of others. And when you see others behaving in the way that you've been trying to encourage, you have to recognize that. Leadership doesn't just mean boss. It doesn't just mean that you're sitting with your coffee and 5 o'clock rolls around and you're out. You're really looking at how can you take care of the people around you. We can talk about leadership and how to become a better leader, but really at the end of the day, it requires a lot of self-work and a lot of self-awareness. Everybody has different strengths and weaknesses, and if you're not able to identify those, you're not going to be able to improve and progress. Bodybuilders going into the gym, if their upper body is really developed and their lower body is a little bit weak, if they don't see that for themselves, they're not going to be able to tailor their training. So same thing here with leadership. The more comfortable and the more confident that you feel in yourself, in your own inadequacies, in your own places that you feel really empowered, you're just going to keep getting better because you're going to see those blind spots, find people to help you, work on improving, and then you're going to feel so good with yourself that you're going to be able to help those around you. Whether it's a conversation, recognizing somebody else's work, taking time out just to recharge, or being honest about what's working and what isn't. Think of one task that you can complete by 7 o'clock today. So you're setting a goal, you're going to complete it. That is going to build up this confidence, and there's a certain level of satisfaction that you'll get.